thrifters know that the thrifting game never let us down. Cooking oil. Hey, we love a good party. As Malawians, we love to party. And hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is I, your girl Sandra Peachy MW, coming back to you with another one. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, baby. And if you really want to help broker out, there are ways to do that in the description box below. Now sis has a face beat. Okay, I just want to put it out there. Okay. But that's not the point. Okay, so in today's video I will be talking about cost of living in Malawi after devaluation, okay, and petrol increases and all that stuff. If you are interested in listening to any of that, please stay tuned. So as we all know, Malawi had a devaluation of the kwacha by 25%, I believe. I'm not sure, but I'll put it somewhere if I do cross-check my facts. And so the devaluation meant so much for us that the dollar was now worth less than it was before. It was already bad, okay, it was already bad. It was like 850, between 700 and 850 for a dollar to kwacha. Now it's like 1,000 kwacha, and that meant that buying things outside was more expensive. Selling things, or importing things and exporting things, became a hassle. And so like now, okay, for example, getting a car in the country was a headache. And there was a time when there was a forex issue. There was lack of forex in the country, so we didn't have enough forex for you to actually do trading or exchanging or anything that's related to money. And then we were hit with 2 fuel increases. So fuel currently is now almost $2. It's like 2,000 kwacha for a liter of fuel. Of course, granted, this is in relations to the Ukraine war. A lot of things happening out there, COVID, you know, so then life became more expensive. If you did watch my previous cost of living in Malawi video, you find that a lot of things were relatively affordable. And I always explain that Malawi is a cheap country, but it's very hard to find money. And finding money has been made 3 times harder because amidst this devaluation of the kwacha, amidst this fuel price increase, there has not been any increase in salaries. So salaries haven't increased, so we're still having to survive off of money that we were originally failing to survive off of. It's so difficult. It's a headache. So I'm just gonna give you cost of living of things currently after all the price increases, after devaluation and after increase of your prices, okay? So number 1, rent and housing. Rent and housing, if you are lucky, your landlord didn't increase the rent or housing of wherever you live. So currently, like for example, where I live, rent was not increased, so I'm still paying the same amount of rent. But I do understand a lot of the places now, places that used to be like 100,000 are now 120, so there's like been a 20,000 kwacha increase, sometimes more depending on where you are staying. So housing has become a little bit more pricier, and a lot of landlords nowadays are doing this thing where you have to pay 3 months in advance. I advise for it. I think it's so much better than paying every month, because you take that cost out of your budgets for like the next 3 months, you know, so it really helps you with saving and budgeting and all of that. So now if your house is like 150, hey, you have to cough out like almost $600 for your 3 months. But yeah, that's the cost of living in terms of housing. If we talk about groceries have been also affected. There is an increase, because before I used to spend about 60,000 kwacha for my whole month groceries. Now I have to spend 100,000 plus. Cooking oil has increased in price. Cooking oil, let me tell you, cooking oil, hey, cooking oil now for 2 liters is almost 8,000 kwacha. This is an increase from like 5 to 6 depending on the brand that you used to use. And I'm talking about, this used to be 4 months ago, cooking oil was not this price, but now it's literally almost 8,000 kwacha. So that has been an incredible cost, because We all need cooking oil, but it's extremely expensive. So groceries in general have increased in prices. But if you do want, you could buy at the free market, at the farmers market. Those places are much more affordable than if you were to do your grocery shopping in a, let's say, ShopRite. Okay, that's just a tip. In terms of food, like if you work 9 to 5, you have to buy yourself lunch and stuff like that. That's cooked meals. Now meals that were 1,000 something are now increased. So this is anything, all types of food, like fuel, like cooking oil has increased in prices. So GY is more expensive. Already cooked food is expensive. Everything is now like shooting close. Like before with 1,000 kwacha, you used to eat like a good meal. Now you're struggling. You are struggling. So that's the situation. Entertainment. Fortunately for you guys, alcohol, parties, like going to places has not increased in prices. It's still maintained a staple price because we love a good party. As Malawians, we love to party, and they understood that. So that hasn't increased in prices. So it's still like 2,000 kwacha to get into a club, or between 3 and 5, I mean between 2 and 5,000 to get into a show. So you don't have any worries about that. Alcohol still ranges between 600 kwacha and 4,000, depending like the local brand. So this is from your beers to your gin. So it's between 600 and like 4,000, something like that. So there's not been any increase in that. Of course, now granted, it's more expensive to go to the club because fuel is expensive, but we still live, we still push, we still. In terms of clothing is okay. I don't know about clothing because I thrift. Okay, I thrift, and thrifting is cheap. Thrifters know that the thrifting game never let us down. Okay, just so you know. In terms of transportation, like I said, there was 2-time fuel increase. Okay, twice. It happened twice in a few weeks, and so transportation costs have extremely gone up. So like a place that you used to go like for 500 kwacha is now like 1,000 kwacha. It's extremely expensive. My cab used to be 550 per mile, but now it's 700 per mile. So transportation has also shot up. So yeah, generally things have been more expensive. So if you had like, let's say, a salary of 250,000 kwacha, which is now $250, that's the salary here. That's a whole month's salary if you don't know. You could live, but you won't live a luxurious life. You're literally just gonna stretch it. You're literally gonna stretch it. You're going to have simple things because, for example, my transportation. Oh, I didn't talk about transportation. Transportation has just raised in prices because of fuel. So that you have to consider lunch, you have to consider feeding yourself, you have to consider electricity and all that. So it's just really expensive to live right now. But as young people, we party, move, and solve our problems. That's what we do. So we don't stress too much. We don't stress too much because we'll collapse if we stress too much, you know? Yeah. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.